Hello, everybody. This is Ask Ron. This is Lynette Wolf. You guys recognize my voice?
Yes.
Today we have the love of my life over there, Brian Wolf, in the rad.
Yep.
And then we have my other love in the life, Ron. And of course we have Andrew.
Our
Andrew
favorite
Schley.
student. He's in our book and everything.
That's right. All right. Should I start, Ron? Where are we?
You got the questions.
Okay. The first question is from Edgar in Florida.
Okay, Edgar.
If I want to, as an incentive, to increase the rent of a lease purchase buyer and apply it to future purchase of the property, is it better to agree to apply it to the sale price or the down payment? What would be the impact of this decision?
Want that, Andrew?
Sure.
Pick up.
Yes, so the monthly payment, number one, if you're going to apply part of it toward the purchase price, we make sure that you get two payments, right? One for the rent and a second payment for additional deposit or additional non-refundable option deposit.
That is correct.
I would say it doesn't matter if it's off the down payment or the purchase price, because the down payment comes off the purchase price.
That really don't make any difference. Down payment is going to be forfeited if they don't buy anyway. But what he said was true. If you're going to collect money above the rent, it needs to be separated on your deposit slip, because the lender's going to want you to prove that it was actually applied toward the down payment. And you're the only one who can provide that proof. So if it just shows up at one number, they're going to call it rent, and the poor buyer probably won't get credit for it. As to which one you apply it for, I don't think it makes any difference to you.
Well, it's obviously make it clear to them that every penny that they're paying towards that goes towards both their down payment and the purchase price. And there's a special form, guys. It's on the Gold Club under Down Payment Assistance Program. So that's what we're talking about here. And this is a way, if you have a tight monthly cash flow on a property, to increase your margin a little bit, get them to pay a little extra. Just look for the Down Payment Assistance Program form.
Which means we're applying it toward the down payment, aren't we?
Yes.
Or else we got to retitle that form.
Okay, question number 2, Fernando Diaz from Connecticut.
Fernando.
Taking over house payments is fantastic. Thank you for reaching.
You're welcome.
How about car loan payments? I've heard that you can take over car loan payments as well.
Probably not legally, because some states have rules against that, but if the seller's willing to sell it to you and take over the payments, then you're willing to buy it, that's okay. But be careful how you're going to get title, because the lender is holding the title until it's paid off, and then when it's paid off, they're going to issue it to the borrower. They're not going to issue it to you. So honestly, I think it's probably more trouble than it's worth for you to do that.
Plus, guys, I sold cars actually for one day. And I sold a car that day, and I looked at how much I made, and then I looked at real estate. Guys, a house is the most expensive single item the normal person will ever buy. It sheds the most commission and profit margin, so stick to houses.
Well, maybe he's thinking about buying one for himself that way. I don't know.
Oh yeah, a car.
That's what I was
That's
thinking.
true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, question number 3, Brandon Nash from Texas.
Brandon?
The seller refuses to give mortgage details, but does agree to owner financing. Is there a way to still make a deal, or should I just let it go?
You'll find out when you run the title work who's owed anyway, and
What they're owed,
and you get an authorization signed, so you're going to find out irregardless whether they tell you or not, correct?
Yeah, but of course you got to know what their payment is, because that's what you're going to agree to pay them. And honestly, by the time you get to that point, they're going to tell you what they owe. So the biggest question is, what do they mean by owner financing? If you ask them the 3 questions, if you ask them price, down, and monthly, you ask them those 3 questions, what they owe is probably not that important as long as it's less than what you agree to pay them. But I can tell you right now, before I strike a deal, I'm going to find out what they owe.
And that's usually right in the beginning where they resist telling you because they don't understand why you need it or for whatever reason. Once you progress a little bit into the deal, when you're at their house, they're going to share this information.
Absolutely.
And so if they show flexibility on owner financing, don't put a kibosh on a deal over that.
That's correct. Because by the way, when you get out their paperwork, they're You're gonna see it anyway.
Okay, question number 4. Azzeaz Saleh from Michigan. Oh, wait.
Doubt you pronounced that one right, but okay.
Azzeaz. Is it
Oh, it is
Azzeaz?
Azzeaz, actually. Okay. I was learning about lease options to purchase from another trainer who says to add average market appreciation plus a 5 to 10% option fee to the price when selling to buyers. I noticed Ron kind of increases like 6% total. Screw being analytical, but do I price them right there?
We kind of go by about 5 or 10%.
We don't use
of-
percentages.
Yeah, and you know, what you're talking about is putting a little extra profit margin in there for yourself. And generally, if you bump the price about 5%, you're safe. Or even maybe 10% in a very hot, desirable market area.
It's going to depend on the quality of the house, the quality of the neighborhood, and the heat of the market. And MSU. That stands for make shit up. So there is no percentage, okay?
I knew that.
Just throw a number out of your life. But
Stop being such a thinker brain.
so don't be greedy. Look, you don't have to raise the price that much. You're getting a good deal as it is. You already got all these things going for you. Quit worrying about trying to get too much out of the house. So I don't know. $300,000 house, I might add 10, 15,000 to it. I really ain't gonna do any more than that.
And plus, guys, they're not going to buy the first year anyway.
Or maybe never.
Yeah, or maybe never. So the price is potentially going to be irrelevant, technically.
Okay, last question. Oh, sorry. Another comment?
No.
Okay. Last question. Paul Gottshall from Illinois. That's where we are.
We're in Chicago.
We are at the Chicago boot camp.
I wonder if he's here. Okay.
Maybe.
I have in my notes, which may be incorrect, that the seller can use our agreement to count payments as their income as they're talking to the bank. I believe seller financing only works for free and clear, which most of my calls are not. What can I tell a seller who is concerned about having 2 mortgage payments?
I don't know what you're talking about, Paul. First of all, I have no idea where you got the idea that seller financing only works on free and clear. Totally untrue. Most of the houses I buy, I've got a loan on them. I buy them with a wraparound mortgage. And if the seller's asking you about 2 payments, somebody's confused somewhere. Because you're the one making the payment to the seller or to their bank. There aren't 2 payments. Well, there are. Yours to the seller and the seller's to the bank. But the seller's not paying either one of those, so I'm lost.
I'm totally guessing here, Ron, but I think he's thinking that when you buy it subject to or doing a wrap, the mortgage stays in the seller's name and the seller wants to go get another mortgage. So that's why there's 2 mortgages.
Oh, okay. Well then, first of all, don't you ever tell the seller that they can go qualify, because you don't know. And second, you should know that most banks want that loan to cease in a while to see that you're paying the seller before they'll give the seller another loan and let the income they're receiving wash out the debt they're paying.
And actually, guys, the FHA requirement is 12 months. So if they're going to go out and get another FHA loan, they've got to show 12 months of payments by you. And if they can't show that, the new lender will not take that out of their debt ratio. However, if you show a lease purchase agreement, an FHA lender will give them credit for 75% of that right off the
Why
top.
don't you sit in there? I'll take your picture too.
So you,
Let me do it.
We're in the middle of a Q&A video here that you just got in the middle of.
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
So, Ron,
Listen, it's the seller. The seller's not lease optioning it, so that would be incorrect. Seller sold it to me.
Yes, and so if they sold it to you, then they're going to have to show a record of payments to qualify for their next mortgage.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
so Ron, you took your plane to get here, your brand new King Air to
Well,
come
it ain't
to.
brand new.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's brand new to you.
that's right.
that's right. So it was kind of nice. You just walk up to the plane and get right on, and
Yeah, it is.
yeah. Well, we just got a new house, so that's good. But I'd like to get a new airplane.
Andrew?
Nothing yet.
Okay, it's your time.
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
I'm next.
Okay. All right, is that it?
That's it.
Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Go out and make a mess.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye.